This client came with the nails like this, and this is the shape she wanted. But there's a problem. It actually doesn't exist on natural nails. Every single nail inspo that she showed me was extensions. And when I explained it to her, she looked disappointed because she really wanted to keep her own nails. So I had to cheat and come up with a way to do extensions while keeping her own nails. First, let's examine the nails. And by the way, this tutorial was created and recorded for you by Anya, talented nail artist and educator at Nails Pro Academy. So this client has beautiful long almond nails. And if they could grow longer, she definitely could have more pointy almond. But the shape she was asking for is something more than just long almond. It actually requires a very deep C-curve and sidewalls and a certain angle, and that's only possible with sculptured nails. So let's remove the product first. We're going to use a carbide bit, and she had gel overlay with some gel polish on top. And as we remove it, it's pretty clear that her nails underneath look great. The product is not lifting, well, of course, because this is Anya's regular client, so everything is on point here. There is a little lifting on the side, but it's not a problem. And most importantly, we don't need to remove all the product, only the color and some little parts that are lifting, and that's it. Then we need to proceed with the nail prep and push back the cuticles with an orange wood stick and see what's going on here. So I know that some of you are skipping this step, especially when we have dry cuticles and it seems like pushing them back doesn't really change anything. Well, here's the thing. When you're pushing them back, your goal is to actually separate this part of the cuticle that's spreading across the nail plate, which will make your next step, which is dry manicure, way easier. And now we have clean nails, prep and ready for the product application. It's important also to clean all the dust and debris before we proceed to the next step. Then we need to apply a base coat, make sure that the layer is thin, you're not touching the skin, and cure in LED lamp for 1 minute. Then Anya is going to use dual forms, and to create this shape, one of the easiest way is to use dual forms, especially now that we already have her own nails. And these dual forms, they're also almond shaped and they have this deep C-curve, which is exactly what we need. So she's adding some nude gel inside, and as you can see, she's mostly adding it in the center on the free edge, but not much near the cuticle area because we don't need much product there. And then once she's done with the application, she applies it on the nail. Now this part is very important because if you press too much, you may notice that some of the gel is oozing out of the cuticle area or across the sidewall. So to avoid that, we need to flash cure it with a small lamp, and then we fully cure it in a big lamp. By the way, the lamp she's using is by Melodysusie foldable and rechargeable nail lamp, and I already tried it multiple times and showed you in my videos. And here's one thing that I enjoy about it the most is when you're doing your own nails, this is what I recommend you to do. Just put it on the edge of your table, and then let's say you want to secure a tip or a dual form just like Anya did. When you're working with a client, then you can ask them to hold the lamp, but when you're on your own, you can't really do that. So when you open this lamp, you just apply the gel, turn the lamp on, and simply go like this, like under the lamp, and this is how you can easily flash cure anything when you're working on your own nails. But the coolest part about this lamp is that you can cure these 4 nails and a thumb simultaneously, like at the same time. The link and the discount code will be in the description box as usual. Now back to the video. Then after we fully cured the gel, let's take it off, and we have this perfect almonds underneath that we mostly need to file and shape now. But first, do not forget to get rid of this sticky layer, because if you don't, it's going to be part of the dust that will be flying around, and this is one of the main triggers of allergic reactions. With a hand file, we are doing the shape of almonds, then we're also slightly filing the cuticle area shape to make sure that it's thin and flawless. Now let me show you this. So on the one hand, we already have the shape that she asked for, and the other hand is the one that she have. And I hope that you can see, guys, the difference. And it's not only about length, although it kind of is. I mean, her nails are obviously shorter, but also about the structure. Like, there should be a deeper curve and a different structure of sidewalls, which unfortunately is not possible to achieve on natural nails. But our main goal is achieved, right? We kept her own nails. By the way, this lamp also can be easily used when doing pedicure, because you can simply take it and hold it on top of the toes. Now let's do some nail art, and we noticed that blueberries are everywhere. Like, this design is definitely trending. So this is what we're going to do. We already have a beautiful nude base, so we are adding some blueberries, which are basically just dots, and then some green leaves in between them. And I think it looks really nice when they're not just flat, but a 3D. So make sure you cure it a little extra time, 90 to 120 seconds, depending on the product you're using. There is also a trick to add some accents to the blueberries, so they will look like actual 3D, but it's better to do that after the top coat. So we're going to seal it with a glossy top coat, and not just some top coat, this is a glitter top coat, because the client said, actually with this length and shape now, I think I will not mind some extra sparkles. And then we're adding some white accents with the gel paint. If you decided to add some accents on top when the design is finished after the top coat, like Anya is doing now, make sure that the gel paint you're using is actually non-stick, like it doesn't have a sticky layer. Because if it does, then it's better to do it before sealing them with a top coat, so you can apply the top coat after that. And with those small details, we're wrapping up the design. Looks like we accomplished the main goal, because her nails are still there, and we also have the shape of her dreams. Let me know, what do you think about this simple blueberry nail art and this shape?